Hey everybody, it looks like the Montreal Canadiens are set to sign defenseman David Savard to a contract. The terms of this deal are unknown yet for this Montreal Canadiens team, but Savard does provide an interesting deal for this Montreal Canadiens team. If you look at where he slots in, the biggest issue I have is the Montreal Canadiens probably expect Savard to play on that top pairing with Ben Chiarot, but realistically, he would be a fantastic partner on the third pairing for Alexander Romanov. This is the type of defenseman that played with Mikhail Sergachev in Tampa Bay and went on to win the Stanley Cup with them. I thought Savard wasn't as great in the playoffs as he was during the regular season for the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Tampa Bay Lightning, but Savard can certainly provide a presence on the third pair for the Montreal Canadiens, but the issue is that they likely want him to play higher in the lineup than he is capable of playing. I personally would rather see Brett Kulak play with Ben Chiarot on that top pairing for the Montreal Canadiens, or the Habs continue to look for a defenseman, because I think Savard is an adequate player. He's really good at suppressing shots on the defensive side of the puck, but he really doesn't bring anything offensively. So I do think the Montreal Canadiens still need more offense on their back end. Even though they did have to replace Shea Weber, they still need more offensive defensemen on the back end to make for a successful team in the modern day NHL. Now, I'm updating this as the day goes along, but it appears the term for Savard's contract will be 4 years. You'd have to figure, with the kind of deals that are going around in free agency today, that the AAV for this contract will be between $3.8 million and $4.8 million. Somewhere in that range is where it will likely come down for the Montreal Canadiens. And I think they gave a little too much term. The AAV should have been lower for what they are bringing to the table in this Savard contract. But Savard is a Stanley Cup winner. We know how much Marc Bergevin loves the pedigree of those Stanley Cup winners. And I'll be very intrigued to see if he can somehow lure Ryan Getzlaf from the Anaheim Ducks, along with Corey Perry, back to the Montreal Canadiens during this free agent frenzy today. The Montreal Canadiens are also expected to come to terms with forward Cedric Paquette, as well as defenseman Chris Wideman, who is coming back from the KHL. Wideman is definitely an offensive defenseman that can bring some different element to the table to this Montreal Canadiens team. But there's a reason that he went over to the KHL. Things just hadn't worked out for him so far in the NHL. But he could be an interesting number 6 or 7 defenseman for this Montreal Canadiens team, and defensive depth never really hurts you. Paquette up front, he's a defensive forward. He doesn't really bring any offense to the table, but he can be a good presence on this fourth line, and we know he is also a shit disturber, as we've seen in the past in the years with Ottawa and Tampa Bay, and then Carolina as well. This is the type of player that Marc Bergevin typically really likes to bring to the table, and it doesn't hurt that he's also a French Canadian. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the Montreal Canadiens' first efforts in free agency. We know what they did last year on day 3 when they went and signed Tyler Toffoli. So if they don't make that big move on day 1, look for them to continue to be active throughout the coming days, whether that's in the trade market or in free agency as well. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.